This video will explain the protocol for proper leachate collection.
The first step to sampling is to make sure that you have everything on the equipment checklist. Note that the sampling equipment is subject to change, depending on the kind of sampling that is being conducted. Once you've made sure that you have everything on the checklist, the next step is to load the supplies onto the on-site vehicle and prepare the ice for sampling. The samples will be temperature sensitive, so it's important to make sure there's enough ice in the coolers to last for a full day of sampling. Before leaving for the sampling site, it's important to make sure that all cooler lids are closed and that all sampling equipment is secure in the back of the vehicle.
Did you hear something?
When you arrive at the sampling location, please take note of the time, GPS coordinates, sampling method, and any leachate quality characteristics that you can measure. Each sample location will have 3 bags from 3 different coolers that need to be filled. One of the bags will be in the first cooler, shown here. The other 2 bags will be in similar coolers, with the lab names for those coolers written on the top. The bags for Lab 1 will look like this, with pre-labeled sampling ID information in the top left corner. These ID labels will be how you will match each sample to its correct location. Once filled, the Lab 1 bottles will look like this, and the samples for Lab 2 will look like this. Once all the samples are collected for the day, a chain of custody form must be put into each of the coolers before they can be shipped. First, make sure that the samples in that cooler match the sample ID that is on the chain of custodies. Then write down the time that each sample was collected. Once the form is filled, put it in a Ziploc bag and place it in the respective cooler. If a sample could not be collected, simply just put a line through that sample on the list. All coolers should contain the filled sample bottles for that cooler placed in zip-tight bags, shown here. Below those samples should be fresh ice that is double bagged. A temperature blank bottle will be in each of the coolers, so make sure there's enough ice for the trip. And last but not least is the filled chain of custody form that is placed in a Ziploc bag. If there's empty space in the coolers, please put bubble wrap to help avoid the samples being damaged during transport. Finally, the coolers must be sealed before they can be shipped. 2 of the coolers will have custody seals that must be signed and dated. Then use 2 or 3 layers of packaging tape to secure the lid of the cooler closed. Lastly, attach the pre-filled FedEx label to each cooler and make sure that each FedEx label is attached to the correct cooler. Then bring all the sealed coolers to a local FedEx Express store. Once at the store, please review all shipping information with the courier and take the receipt and tracking number for the shipments. This concludes the video for general sampling and shipping protocol. For more information on sample collection, please watch the sample collection video. Thanks for watching and stay safe.